Okay, guys, hi, welcome back to another TravelScope on this hashtag Travel Tuesday. I'm Davey Sutton, live from Chicago in the Park Hyatt. And it's, this guy, you guys, this is such a luxurious hotel. I'm here with Lori McBrown and Desiree
Hello.
Miller.
Hi.
My Atlanta people, but I'm not in Atlanta with y'all today.
Well, we don't get to say this often, but we're hailing from snowy Atlanta right now.
Exactly.
It's never something I thought I'd get to say.
It's actually not due to snow again in Chicago. I just missed the snow. So coming in this morning, I was running by the hair of my chinny chin chin to make it to the show this right now because of course it's in Central Time. So I thought I had another hour, but I landed at 9 Central Time, and it should have just taken me about a half an hour or 20 minutes max, but it snowed this morning here in Chicago, so people were delayed in going into work, so I was in traffic, so literally by the hair of my chinny chin chin. So that is odd. In the Windy City, I have no snow, but you guys in Chicago in Atlanta are getting it.
Yeah, just a little.
Gotta love El Nino, huh?
So have they closed schools and shut down the city and
hibernate? No, not yet.
I expected an early release. Honestly, when we saw the snow start this morning, I'm still kind of checking my phone every time a text comes in, thinking it's got to be the school calling early release. So, not yet.
Yeah, I did see that one road in Atlanta just kind of got shut down because of ice. So, I mean, it's kind of random that nothing else. So we'll see. It's always fun with snow in Atlanta.
So Lori and I are familiar with Desiree, and Desiree is a loyal supporter to our show every week, but I just wanted to spend time for Desiree to kind of give her own shout outs about what she's doing, what she does, and all that she has going on, because this is Desiree juggling.
And I'm not a very good juggler a lot of days, but I like to come on yours because I have my own travel chat at 1:00 Eastern on Tuesday. So I feel like it kind of gets me primed for what I'm going to be talking about a lot of days. Plus, I just like to pay it back because Lori's always helpful with mine. So
we get you primed?
Yes.
My life is complete! Yay!
Anyways, Lori, I love you. Love you. I'm trying to think back. I think I met you at Sitsum here in Atlanta, correct, Davey? Were you walking around with the? Yes, I was trying to remember.
Yeah, walking around with the selfie stick.
I think that was when I was first starting to Periscope. So same thing, walking around, kind of trying to figure it all out. But at any rate, so yes, I do that. I have 2 websites: Stress Free Baby and 60secondescapes.com, which is all about travel. Little 60-second videos of cool places to go. It's also where I park my blabs after they're recorded. So, and I love blab. I'm addicted. I leave it open all day and jump into chats left and right. So, and I'm at Desiree Miller. What's that?
You do something really cool with 60-second escapes. Tell us a little more about that.
You know what? I've always done video because my background is in television news, a little similar to you. And so video to me is sometimes easier than putting together an 800-word post. I feel like I'm always walking around shooting video of the places I go, and they love it. So I thought, well, you know what? Sometimes I can ramble on and the videos can be 5-10 minutes long, and nobody has time for that. So I decided about 2 years ago that I really wanted to launch 60-second escapes, and it sat parked for about a year after I bought the URL. And then last January, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. And of course, again, I work for a couple of different sites and still do the TV job. So I don't always get time to post there. But when I do my videos now, I really aim to keep them right at 60 seconds so that I can post them there and share. And again, it's just short and simple and sweet. And I feel like gives people a much better feel for what a place or destination is like than actually just some still shots. So, yep.
And also Stress Free Baby, I was checking that out the other day. First of all, the name is brilliant. Right, Lori?
It's like the antithesis to what it really is.
It really stands for smart ass lady. It's not at all about stress free and baby. It's like, no, it could just as easily have been smart ass ladies. It is. I created that site years ago because I had a baby planning business here in Atlanta where I would help connect new moms with, the services and the products they needed. And It was called Bottles to Britches. Well, Bottles to Britches was one letter too long for Twitter. And I needed a better name. So I thought, well, the whole point is to try and make parenting more stress-free, or less stressful. So that's where Stress Free Baby came from. But I didn't have a site to match it. Eventually, I wanted to, have a place I could just write about whatever I felt like writing about, where I wasn't paid and wasn't sponsored. And Stress Free Baby was it. At the time, my dad was dying. And so it really was stress-free baby. It has nothing to do with babies most days. I do write about baby products occasionally because I also host a baby expo here in Atlanta. So there's a natural follow-over, but most days it's just about trying to find less stress in your life. And I discover it all and then try and share my lessons because God knows I mess up every single day. I make mistakes and I feel like, well, if I can't share them and have people learn from them, what's the point? So that's really what it is. As I fumble my way through life and, trying to find a better way, I pretty much put it all out there on Stress Free Baby. So that's what it's about.
Very cool. Well, Lord knows that's how we all learn is through mistakes, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Right.
Some of us more than others.
You keep learning from me because I'm the one, I laugh because usually when I talk to Lori, Karen Means, who is walking on travel, usually jumps on as well. And we, their kids are little. I have a 21-year-old and an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And I'm telling you, life, you just buckle up, girls. Just buckle up. All those things you did at 21, oh my God, it's all it's crazy.
Speaking of all those things you did, here's the most important question we always like to ask as we get started. Where is everybody? Or where did you just get back from? Or where are you going? What about you, Davey? You're actually you literally just got somewhere, didn't you?
Yeah, I just landed got into my hotel in Chicago. So you guys travel a lot too. So we've seen our share of hotels. Oh, sorry, there's music coming from my end because the video launched. Sorry about that.
We'll just jam a little.
Yeah, okay, I don't mind music.
There we go. Yeah, no, it was like a commercial. I don't think they should pay us if they want to run their commercials.
That's right.
Here. And we've seen our share of her hotels, and I think I've been into a Park Hyatt before, but this is a place where I could live. So I'm on the 15th floor. This is something I shouldn't be saying on the internet, though. Now that I think about it.
Fine. It's fine. All your friends are going to come meet you on the 15th floor.
Right. That's right. This is a lesson in internet safety. What not to do. Didn't we say we learned from mistakes?
Exactly.
Internet 101. As I'm saying it, I was like, why am I telling the exact floor? But it's because I'm elevated in the middle of Chicago, and I'm like, there's these views and it's the cityscape and stuff. But inside of this hotel, I usually don't do like hotel reviews unless it's like a really cool hotel. But this is like the lap of luxury, but also made for you to work, like a nice workspace. So I'm sitting at the desk right now, and then like if you could see right there, you could see the bed, but then you can see that open window. That's the tub. And then it has it's like a jet tub. So I was like, so when I return from working today, I'm going to like luxuriate in that. And then they have this high-end products. They give you a whole travel size worth of toothpaste. They had I think Nivea or Neutrogena face wipes, like brand name stuff.
Yeah, I love
nice.
The bathrooms with the cut through, that's Mexico. I think every resort I've ever stayed in Mexico does that. And I'm like, why do we not do that more in the States? I love that. I love that.
Davey, I personally thank you for not joining us today from the tub, by the way.
Oh.
Lori, I was running by just the skin of my chinny chin chin. If I would have thought if I had the hour extra,
bubbles up to here. Of course, I would have mounted them up so it looked like I had more than I had. But
yeah.
Oh, there's that black. Candy just said, and that's the wonderful thing about social things like this is when you really get to interact, you kind of lose a filter sometimes. Candy is on with us. Candy Javier 26. She was like #filter blab. I love it.
Filter blab.
Yes, I love it. But that's awesome.
Yeah,
well,
that's where I am now.
I just got the text about school. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
No.
Well,
just right now, just canceling after school activities based on potential.
There you go.
So far, just
Okay,
after.
because we're gonna have to wrap up. Like Lori's got to go get her baby.
The joys of the
Nope.
South. One snowflake, and we may have an apocalypse here. So, well, I am headed out.
The shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got one more week with family time. We're actually just heading up to Chicago. Look, see, I just had you say that Chattanooga. It was a C, Chattanooga this weekend with the family. And then next week, I'm actually headed out for an annual trip. And so girlfriends and I head down to Disney without kids for Run Disney. And we go do the Princess Half Marathon. Yeah, this is kind of like I say annual. Well, this is the second year, but we're making it annual. So last year was the first year we did it. And I hadn't been a runner in like 20 years. Oh, wait, I'm not old enough to say that, right? But we decided to do the glass slipper challenge. So we did a 10K one day and a half marathon the next day. But Disney is so fun because like you're running and they've got all these just like neat stops. We were just photo bombing everything left and right. And we just had a ball and it wasn't like you were running, you know?
Right.
But I'm not.
Is that Disney?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
In the
this
park?
is yes. So you get to run through the park. You run down some of the part of the course is through the park. So, but
at 4 in the morning.
Yes,
I'm telling Davey.
You're leaving out a crucial factor that Desiree is talking
well, I
about.
haven't got to that point yet. But yes, the very last bus that leaves for it from our hotel is 4 a.m. and we almost missed it last year because we were like, we'll get up at 3:30, we'll throw our stuff on, we'll be on the bus, and we just made it. But yeah, no, I mean, you get to go through some of the back parts of Disney that you don't normally get to see, and they. Literally, we stopped during the half marathon 30 something times because they have different like stops with princesses and like
characters.
At one point going down the boulevard, they had the giant pirate ship with, the pirates and stuff like that. And so, yeah. And then of course, afterwards we drink our way through Epcot. So, there is that.
I told her I did that 2 years ago, and it's on Sunday morning, and we were staying off property at the Grand Hyatt there, the Ritz-Carlton Grand Hyatt property, JW Marriott, that's what it was. Gorgeous place, but it was off property. So our driver came and got us at 3:30, took us over to where you need to go. You go check in, but then just to go to the start of the race where your wave is, I think was a 2-mile walk. So I'm like, that should totally be deducted from the 13.1 miles. You got to run later. Because you're, seriously,
stay warm.
Done, yeah. And then you wait forever. Like if you're a slow runner, then you're not A, B, or C. You're back in the M's, probably like me. Which, by then, as I'm starting, the people who started first in the first 3 waves, they're finished. Like they're passing me coming in. I'm like, oh, way to go. Now I have 3 hours.
I'm trying it new this year. I'm actually not running. I'm going as the support person. So my other 2 friends are running and I'm just holding their stuff and then getting on like the monorail and going to the next point to say hi. So I am the support person this year and I'm so looking forward to it. So anyway.
Oh, well, that means you're in charge of taking pictures too.
Yes.
But everybody takes their own. Yeah, you run and take selfies because you've got to get
it's awesome. We have some great pictures. Yeah. So Desiree, where are you headed?
Through the castle. Sorry, I was just explaining now. The money shot running through the castle, but the one thing at the half marathon there is nobody's running through the castle. They're all walking, and you're like, get out of the way! I want my money shot photo. Move, people.
Move!
Get out of the way! I pay good money. So, where are you headed to, Desiree?
Carnival cruise, baby. My kids have next week
you
off,
said Carnival, and I just imagined because of the week it is. I was thinking Mardi Gras.
It is Mardi Gras. My son lives in Baton Rouge, so he just flew back yesterday. He had the weekend up here for the Super Bowl with us, but he goes to LSU. So yeah, he's flying back. He flew back in time for Fat Tuesday today and Ash Wednesday tomorrow, all the partying. But no, Carnival was in Aruba this past weekend. And I've done Carnival in Aruba, and that is a lot of fun. Very, very good time. But anyways, no, I'm going on Carnival Cruise Line. down to the Bahamas, Freeport, Nassau. It's only like a 4-day trip for us, but it's what we could squeeze in and get most of the kids on. I have 4. So the one who's at LSU has 3 exams next week, so he couldn't go. So my mom is going in his spot. So it'll be fun. 6 of us. Yep.
So with cruises, can you just buy the ticket? Is it different than flights where you didn't have to put his name in ahead of time? Like you just bought the ticket?
Well, it would be like with Southwest Airlines, or certain flights you can swap out, or you can change the ticket to different days and different times or whatever. This one, we were committed to that cruise, but no, like there was one last year I was going on and couldn't at the last minute. And so they were able to kind of swap out another person there. I think it's probably like a 24-hour cutoff. I haven't asked them what the cutoff would be if something changed again. But in our case, no, it was very easy to just, the person is really what matters, because that is dedicated space on the ship. That is one kind of bone I've had to pick with the cruise lines before, where I had a newborn with me who was breastfeeding. And I'm like, why do I have to pay the same amount for this little infant as I do, my 18-year-old who is eating 5-6 meals a day? This child's not even eating. They're, eating off me. And they said, it's about bodies on the ship. It's how many people we have to account for life jackets and what have you. But it's certainly not like airlines where, if they're under 2, they don't count. Every single person counts on a cruise ship. So keep that in mind if you ever do it. But yeah, it's,
hey, I want to go ahead and welcome. We've got someone, first day on Blab is Choose Chicago, which is where Davey is right now. So welcome. Choose Chicago is the local tourism, isn't it? I'm assuming.
They're part of the tour. That's what came up when I put on tourism Chicago. So awesome. I'll have like 48 hours in Chicago. So I'm looking forward to it. But like when I think of cruises, we think of like the benefits of have like the whole family, like Desiree's bringing her whole family, and it's so affordable. And then there's the horror story. So I want to share with you like a horror story. I was just looking at the update. Did you guys hear this story about Pakistan Airlines? Their employees were going on strike because about 2,500 people were stranded in Europe, US, and Canada, like stranded in abandoned, like they didn't take care of them to bring them home. Like they lost, like the headline said that they lost the passengers.
Yeah, I read that and I imagined something totally different than when I got into it. I was like, oh my gosh, like did they, you heard about the explosion on the one. I thought, oh my God, they fell out of the plane or, what happened?
Right.
That was one very misleading headline.
Yeah.
Did they lose them as a result of striking people, or did the people strike because the airline lost?
So it says more than 200 flights have been canceled. That was as of Thursday, and I just checked for the update. There isn't any new update. So they have been canceling airlines because employees were going on strike. What they said, they lost the passengers. The airline, they were still compiling data of passengers stuck at other locations. Oh. So they don't have haven't been keeping track of meaning losing the passengers. They're not in their database. So if you walked up to the terminal and said, yes, I'm supposed to be on this flight, they don't have you in the system, even if it's your return flight. That's from what I understand. And they have 15,000 full-time employees. I think I'm trying to see the number of how many people were on strike, but I think it was more than half of their employees went on strike, and they're reported as the most overworked and overbooked airlines. So
okay, that's not the one I want to fly on is the most overworked and overbooked for many layers there. One,
I think we complained about Spirit and Frontier openly before, and this sounds they sound like a cakewalk compared to Pakistan Airlines. But see, here's the thing: we have the luxury of flying out of Atlanta, where there is the Delta hub, mm-hmm. and then are they still the number one international airport in the
yes,
country?
Yes.
So we have that luxury, so we don't have to concede to flying on Pakistan, but I imagine if you were in Pakistan or India or someplace that was their American Airlines, right?
Yeah.
You would have to concede at that point.
There was a point I wanted to be a flight attendant. I really thought it would be so cool to just fly. Well, first I wanted to be a cruise director. Okay. I wanted to be Julie from Love Boat. I thought that would be so cool. And then I realized she didn't have a family, and I really wanted to have a family too. So I'm like, okay, I could be a flight attendant and see all these places around the world. But I started hearing from flight attendants, it is not a very glorious job at all. And in fact, my neighbor here was saying her sister was one, I think, for AirTran back when AirTran existed. And they were paid dirt. I mean, they
don't get paid very much. My sister was a flight attendant for AirTran back with AirTran, and her best friend still loves it and still is with it because I think it's a personality type. And for me, I never considered it because I'm not in the service industry.
Yeah, I'm not very good at waiting for people. You want your nuts there.
And saying that not like just from what it is, but on a deeper level, having understanding from like having friends and my sister be a flight attendant, their primary position is for safety, but most of their passengers just look at them as just service providers for the cookies and I wouldn't be able to contain that all the time. Like, look, I'm here for your safety, and you don't get the whole can today because we have a full flight, right?
Yeah. No, I think I'm with you. I'm with you. I would never be a good nurse. I am the worst at taking care of sick people. I'm like, I don't.
All right. So, okay. I could just go off on so many tangents on that, but we'll stay on track here. Desiree, you mentioned, I know we mentioned kind of today when you said carnival, it made me think, today does anybody know what today is? Drum roll.
It's Fat Tuesday.
I meant to bring my beads.
Yes, you did. See, that would have given it away. It's Fat Tuesday. It's the start of Mardi Gras. That's right. So have y'all ever been to Mardi Gras?
I have not been to Mardi Gras, and it's the same reason why I haven't been to San Francisco, and the same reason why I just now started skiing. It's because I always thought I would get around to it. I have to like plug it in and make it.
I was like, wait, I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah. It's just because I always thought I'd get around to it, but you have to like do things with intention, or else you're like, oh, I'm a California. I grew up in Los Angeles and I've never been to San Francisco, and it's because I've always thought I'd get around to it. So, but anyways, no, not me. You?
I have not been. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Desiree.
No, I was to say I have not been to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. I've done Mardi Gras in other cities, but not the legit Mardi Gras. And I've been to New Orleans when it's not Mardi Gras. But
what city did you do Mardi Gras in?
Just in Panama City Beach. We had a big Mardi Gras thing with the parade and the throwing the beads and stuff. I think a lot of towns do that, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's like every town there's like a celebration, and I've done that.
Yeah, but not the actual one. It's one of those things that I actually, as a Southern girl, am completely ashamed to say that I haven't done yet. But I think it's the same reason, like you said, Desiree. Davey, that it's always been on my list. But I haven't intentionally blocked it off, did it, and then when it comes around, I go, and I got stuff planned that week. I can't do it. So it's the intentionalness of it.
I feel like I missed the window. It is fun when you're in college. It is fun for maybe a couple years after college, but I don't think I would really. I'm 40 something, and
too many people, too many drunk people when you're not drunk and stuff like
that. So you know what?
This and all, they don't want to see all that right now. No.
This leads me up to, do you remember last week we kind of did a little trivia on when we were talking about travel costs for politics, and we found out we had some perceptions that maybe were a little skewed, to say the least. So I wanted to see kind of our perceptions, especially since none of us have been there. So I've got a little trivia for you guys. But I will say, one of the things that I did find, that every time that I read about a local a New Orleans local talking about Mardi Gras is Mardi Gras is not meant to be a drunk fest. It's actually very family friendly, or as it's supposed to. And there are actually, now certainly there's some parts that, you don't want to necessarily take kids. Yeah, but you know what? That's it. That happens anywhere, So, all right. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Do a little Mardi Gras trivia here and stuff. Okay. So, all right. So the first thing I thought was really interesting. We've talked about they do it in different cities and stuff too. But does anybody know when Mardi Gras first started in New Orleans? And if I need to give you some multiple choices, I'll be glad to.
Okay, yeah. Do that.
Okay, all right. So your multiple choice. A, 1837. B, 1865. C, 1802. Or D, 1902.
Do you want to know our guesses?
A. Yes. All right, Desiree, give me yours.
B.
B, 1865. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Davey, what about you, honey?
I was tweeting. Can you repeat this?
You were tweeting when you were supposed to be playing.
Can you repeat the date?
A, 1837. B, 1865. C, 1802. Or D, 1902.
1865.
You're both wrong. It actually started before that in 1837, was the very first Mardi Gras held in New Orleans.
I didn't even know New Orleans was a city in 1832.
Well,
1837.
Here's what I thought. 1865. I didn't. Okay. I don't know if it's going to intrude on some of your other questions, so I'm going to hold that. Well, okay. So my perception is that it is an African American Jubilee celebration. And so 1865 is when slavery was abolished in the U.S., southern U.S. So that's why I thought that. So we'll see with the other line of questioning.
Well,
I was going to include this, but there was a lot of different history and misinformation. Like, I couldn't find a lot of things that necessarily lined up, and some would go down some rabbit holes and not others. But the bottom line of what I found is a lot of the origins date back to Rome, actually. And a lot of the pagan celebrations in Rome. And that's where some of the origins come from. Now,
so Candy guessed 1902.
Yes, I saw it. Yeah, Candy. Again, I think I might have guessed that too. I don't know that I would have guessed as early as that. So, all right, Candy, I got you in the running here. So we'll see who actually. Nobody's got any points yet. Okay, so Candy.
So what was it? Did you say what?
1837. It actually was before what you guys guessed. So, okay. All right. Okay. So here's my next question. You guys ready? You got a 50-50 shot here. All right, Candy, you chime in too here. Did Mardi Gras always have floats?
No. Candy says yes.
Candy says yes. What about you, Desiree? You say no?
No, because 1832, how could you have a float in 1832? It would have had to have been a horse. Right?
Well, it could have been.
It could have been.
All right.
I think we're wrong, though, Desiree. I think Candy's right.
I'm sorry. I don't get it. I mean, what were they
you're going to become a surprise. Okay, you guys are right. The answer is no. Okay, but here's the thing. It wasn't much longer until they had the first floats. It was about 20 years later. Candy says, damn it. It was about 20 years later, which 20 years, if I can do my math, it would be 1857. So apparently it was, horse drawn. I'm assuming at that point it would have had to have been horse drawn or else there were little people underneath the float, pedaling along, I don't know.
Because I was wondering if that might have been like a fine line, almost tricky question, because I imagine the parade still had like costumes and stuff, but not floats.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've got Davey's got one, Desiree's got one, and Candy's still got a goose egg right now. And yes, that was a tricky one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this one's I'm gonna do an open-ended one, and we'll do the Price is Right rules on this one. Okay. Whoever's closest without going over, or if you get around it. Okay. You guys ready?
Oh, without going
How many
over.
tourists? Oh, yeah. My rules. My rules.
Okay.
I know.
Price is Right.
All right. How many tourists are estimated to head to Louisiana each year for Mardi Gras?
Can you give us a ballpark?
Okay.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I say 100,000.
Oh, I say 3
100,000?
million. Yeah, 3 million.
You say 3 million.
And Candy says
You know
1
what?
million.
One of you got it dead on. And it's
Candy.
Candy! Candy's exactly right. It was 1 million people are estimated to head to Mardi Gras every year, which means, in that short amount of time, 1 million people are coming in, eating and drinking and parading. Isn't that, that's a lot of, that's a lot of people.
How many days is Mardi Gras?
A week.
A week, yeah.
That's a long time.
Yep. Okay.
So it's interesting because New Orleans isn't that big,
right,
of a city.
Right,
yeah.
Right. That kind of blew me away. I thought, wow, that's kind of like some sardinage there, right there. And that is a new word now.
Yeah, sardinage. Yeah,
sardinage. Yes.
Well,
I hope
that proves Desiree's point even further for me. Like, I feel like I'm too old for all of that, all of those people. Because that's a lot of lines just to get a beignet.
Yes, yeah. And isn't that the point?
Yeah.
I can't have some fluffy powdered sugar all over me and some yummy warm goodness. Come on. What good is it?
Lori, yeah, you just inspired a little, tangent there. Some sugary goodness.
Okay. Well, okay, we're gonna yes, okay. If this was our evening blab where we were drinking, I might go down that rabbit hole.
Candy, it's not the point, it's the knowledge here. You're right.
It's the knowledge here, that's right. All right, so, okay, this was a fun one. All right, so during Mardi Gras, it is a law for people riding floats to A, not drink, B, be dancing, C, wear masks, or D, throw beads. And I'll say those again. It is law for people actually riding the floats to A, not drink, B, be dancing, C, wear masks, or D, throw beads. Candy chimed in. Her answer is not drinking.
I say C, wear masks.
Okay, what about you, Davey?
I'll go dancing.
All right, so we got one each. All right, so the correct answer on that one is wear masks. It is a law if you are riding a float in Mardi Gras in New Orleans that you must be wearing a mask. So,
yeah, that's
all right,
the sound I made, Candy. I made that sound.
Yeah. That's the competitiveness there going, okay, I can get this. All right.
That's what I say when I play tennis.
Yeah.
I do. Every time I miss a shot, they're like, what are you, a pirate over there? I'm like, yeah, I could say worse things.
I was going to say that made me think of a whole other festival, like the pirate festivals down in Florida and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Arr.
Do we have a double or nothing, a winner takes all question?
Yep. Okay. All right. This is not multiple choice though. Okay. All right. Here we go. What does Mardi Gras mean?
Oh gosh. I failed the test. I feel like in school.
Isn't it great party? Gras would be great. Big Marty, isn't that party? Big party. I don't know.
And you can't look it up.
Big festival.
She says festival, so I would say big party. That's what it sounds. Gras would be big, great, and Marty would be.
She has the best answer, and I have to have a goose egg, didn't study for the test. So put me for 0.
I was going to say, I didn't know it was a subject.
All right, nobody got this one. It's French for Fat Tuesday.
Nah. Oh, Tuesday, okay. Well, but hey,
all right, that's it. All right, I'm going to ask you one last one here, okay? When does Mardi Gras always start? Like, how do you determine, like today is Fat Tuesday. How do you determine when Fat Tuesday falls?
The second Tuesday of February.
Is there any other holidays this week?
I thought it was just always the day before Ash Wednesday. Because Ash Wednesday is
Ding,
really
ding,
the holiday.
ding, ding, ding. Desiree takes it, and she is our official winner of Mardi Gras trivia.
Although
it is always
the second Wednesday. It's always the day before that.
It could be depending on, but it's not because of that. Yes, Fat Tuesday.
What is that?
Now, if that's Fat Tuesday right there.
I'm giving you a pizza for winning.
You're gonna be Davy Gras.
Instead of winner, chicken dinner, you get a piece of pizza. She's in Chicago, baby.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
All right, gals. That's all I got on Mardi Gras trivia for you today.
Right. It was fun. I love our little games. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks, Candy. Thanks, Choose Chicago, for chiming in. And Desiree Miller, because I know she has to hop off, refresh, and start her show. You can follow her. If you stay on Blab, you can check out her travel show too. And once again, my love, Lori Mac Brown, at Lori Mac Brown, at Desiree Miller, and at Davy Sutton, our social media. And thank you, Candy Javier 26. Thank you. She's on social media as well. All right. Until next Tuesday, we shall see you later. Bye.
Bye. Have a ridiculously amazing one.